Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of IWJ. This week was such a strange week. After all the biggest companies reporting earnings, even after reporting astonishing numbers, these companies struggled to move forward or move higher, and most of them ended up in the red category. So that is the state of the market now, and looks like the market is a little bit concerned about the valuation of the stocks and especially the growth stocks. Today we will do analysis on two stocks which are from the EV sector, but maybe they are not the very common names. Both these stocks are very high risk plays. One of them might be categorized as a penny stock and one will be a small cap stock. First of all, let's see why EV market is supposed to be booming for the next decade. I'm going to play a video clip from the Biden's 100th day speech. So let's see.
Electrical workers, IBEW members installing 500,000 charging stations along our highways so we can own the electric car market. Farmers planting cover crops so they can reduce the carbon dioxide in the air and get paid for doing it. Look, think about it. There is simply no reason why the blades for wind turbines can't be built in Pittsburgh instead of Beijing. No reason. None. No reason. So folks, there's no reason why American workers can't lead the world in the production of electric vehicles and batteries. I mean, there is no reason. We have the capacity.
So some of the important points to be noted from the video clip are: 1. America is ready to compete in the electric vehicle market. They are trying to build their own batteries and other electric vehicle materials. They are also trying to go renewable with renewable energies and green energies. They are also trying to build the materials for wind turbines, solar panels and all those things in America. Again, charging stations and EV battery production and all those things they are trying to bring to America. So all those companies which are part of this movement or those have the first mover advantage is going to benefit a lot from this. The main company which comes to mind is Tesla. It has its own battery production, charging stations, even electric vehicle production centers and so many other things. Some of the other names which comes to mind are like ChargePoint, which is the largest player of charging stations in United States, followed by Blink Charging. And then we have EVgo and CLII. These companies produce high-speed charging networks. But the stocks which we are going to analyze is not any of these. So let's go into them. One is Ideanomics and one is ACTC. So ACTC is a merger which is going to happen with the company called Proterra, and IDEX stands for Ideanomics. So both these companies are from the electric vehicle sector, but it's not the regular consumer electric vehicles, but instead it's more of the commercial fleets. So one of the recent news after the Biden administration took power was in his first week in office, President Joe Biden signed an executive order that gives federal agencies 90 days to devise a plan that fully transitions federal fleets roughly 650,000 vehicles, including 225,000 postal vehicles and 170,000 military vehicles and 245,000 civilian vehicles into clean and zero emission vehicles. This is something which is really good for the electric vehicles to look forward, because the president himself and the government itself is like trying to move towards clean energy. Okay, so let's go to our first company, which is Ideanomics. The stock symbol is IDEX. So it has two categories. So Ideanomics Mobility and Ideanomics Capital. So the Ideanomics Mobility is the one which is more focused into global electric vehicle market. And Ideanomics Capital is focused on fintech, and it is trying to capture the booming housing market through fintech solutions. So Ideanomics Mobility have 5 segments. One is MEG or Mobile Energy Global, Medici Motorworks, Wave, which is a charging solution, Tree Electric, and Solectrac. So now let's see what and all each segment does. So in the investor presentation, they mentioned about 2021. So this is a year where commercial vehicles become mainstream. You can see they also focus on trucks and specialty vehicles, delivery vehicles, taxis and ride sharing, city and tourism buses. This slide shows the Ideanomics model on how to capture the EV adoption. So they focus on vehicle and battery sales. So they have their own brands like Medici Motorworks, Tree Electric and Solectrac, which cover 3 key market segments. Then they do have finance, leasing and insurance services, and then they have charging solutions. So that first product is related to Medici Motorworks. So they say like these are cost efficient new energy commercial vehicles. So Medici is developing a line of zero emission heavy trucks and buses as well as other types of commercial vehicles. He also mentioned the first battery electric vehicles will be ready for sale in North America in 2021. So in this year, they are planning to release their battery electric vehicles. So this is good if they have actually implemented this strategy. They also mentioned that MEDIC has a very competitive price point. So they are mentioning they will bring to market a cost-efficient vehicle in each class and aiming to save 15 to 20% of the purchase price. And also the lifetime cost of the ownership versus its competitors will be less. So these are some prototypes. I don't think these are already on the roads, but these might be just like investor presentation models, and you would see different kind of buses or like commercial vehicles in the street. So the second product is Tree Electric. So these are like servicing in high demand markets electric delivery mopeds. So you can see these can be used for delivery operations in congested towns and cities. They are already in Thailand and Indonesia, and a lot of orders have been secured as per this presentation. Also, it operates on a battery as a service model like NIO, and the North American market will start in 2021. So they are planning to implement Tree Electric bikes in the US market in this year. So the next product is Solectrac. So they say agriculture is the largest market opportunity, and it's not being addressed by broader EV market sector. So Solectrac is like 100% electric tractors benefiting farmers, crops, and the planet. So I have not seen any other company with this particular niche in the electric sector. This product is more focused to the agriculture industry, and you can see more other than tractors, some other new products coming in the future. So next product is Wave. This is the only wireless charging that truly addresses the market opportunity for autonomous vehicles. So they say this is more safer, more efficient technology for EV charging. So basically this is their charging solution, and they have some information about that here. And the second category is Ideanomics Capital. So they are just trying to capture the booming housing market in US. They are mentioning around 14 million to 23 million Americans are planning to relocate to a new US city or region due to part of the growing acceptance of remote work. So they are trying to capture that some part of the mortgage industries and fintech solutions related to that. So that is all for Ideanomics, and let's now go to the next talk, which is ACTC, which is a merger for Proterra. So this slide shows what is the leadership team for Proterra. So you can see they have people from Tesla, Honda, Honeywell, Rocket Fuel, Electronic Arts, Delta, Delphi, and then again Navistar. Basically, I see a very strong leadership team because they do have expertise from different industries, as well as electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles in vehicle leader like Tesla, also Honda. So that is good that's a good start for the company. So in this slide, Proterra shows like the massive commercial vehicle market is primed for electrification from now. They are saying 15 states targeting zero emission, 100% zero emission medium duty and heavy duty trucks by 2050. And 70% of consumers have changed their behavior out of concern for climate change. So that is one fact that you can see a lot of adoption towards electric vehicles and like less pollution. So that is good for companies like Proterra. Also, world's largest logistics players are targeting to electrify their fleets. They are also showing that 85% of the battery price have been decreasing from 2010 to now, and 40% of lower electric vehicle operating cost is versus diesel is also a very good sign for electric market adoption. One very good thing about Proterra is like the business is already running, and it has a history of 10 years. So you can see that how they have factories in California. There are 2 factories in California and 1 in South Carolina, and they have already produced some 280 vehicles from 2017, and then they have produced a good number of batteries as well as buses in the South Carolina location, around 400%. So these are actually a validation to the business that it's already how vehicles which is running in the streets of US. So this slide again shows the validation. So it says it has already implemented school buses in Virginia, and they have commuting buses in San Francisco, New York, and then touring buses in Jackson Hole and all. So it's a very good achievement for a company like Proterra that they already have implemented buses and commercial vehicles as well as school buses in US. So this is another slide which shows why Proterra is actually in a better position than some of its peers. So some of the competitors are Arrival, Hyliion, Nikola, Romeo Power. So Proterra says its vehicles have already driven around 16 million miles, that too in real world situations, not like in any testing situation. and they have already created $193 million in 2020. So they already creating some revenue, and the production's track record, you can see 10 years of operation. So this is really good, and they have manufacturing capacity already and fully charging solutions. So here you can see what and all the service and the products they provide. So the first one is like heavy duty battery pack. So you can always hear problems with battery shortages and all those things. So they already have a very good hand into the heavy duty battery pack. Then they have vehicle integration. So that is an end-to-end powertrain integration. And they also have an Apex software, which is like a software as a service platform, which helps in the full service fleet management. Then they have high efficiency drivetrain. So they also points out that it has a 5x efficiency to diesel and best in class acceleration. Then they do have energy solutions. So that's like fully integrated charging solutions. And they have their future projects is on future vehicle to grid solutions. So this is like integrated utility scale power ecosystem. So this slide shows some of the important partnerships they already have with the industry leaders. So you can see they have already had transit buses. They have transit buses with Daimler. There's shuttle buses with Van Hool. They have school buses. They have step vans. They have coach buses. So this is again a validation of the business. So here you can see it says like Proterra Transit is North America's #1 electric transit bus. So this is a strong statement. And they say they have 50% of market share for all electric vehicles, basically all electric transit buses in US. It's not for all vehicles. They have 16 million real world miles that we already saw, 10 year plus of service track record. This is really good. Then they show the performance wise, they have a long range, high fuel efficiency, fastest acceleration. So that is again another strong statement, greatest horsepower. And savings also, they are showing they have low operating cost, high uptime, and zero tailpipe emissions. So these are all good points to be noted for Proterra. So now let's go to their energy solutions. So they have different solutions for different users. So one of them is like overnight charger. So this might be mainly for the individual users. Then they do have automatic charger, which comes with a smart charging capability. And then they have fleet charger. If you have a fleet, if you're a business and you have a fleet of vehicles, then this will be the perfect solution for you. And then they do have fleet battery solutions. So here it shows all its publicly traded mobility technology leaders, as well as the SPAC transactions, which is ongoing right now. So some of the companies it considers as competitors are Tesla, Ballard, NIO, Plug Power, Workhorse, and the SPAC or special purpose acquisition companies are like Hyliion, Nikola, Arrival, Lordstown, Canoo, ChargePoint, etc. Let's see a comparison of their revenue growth with the industry peers. So they are saying they have a revenue growth projected of 51% increase from the current levels by 2022 and 68% to 2025. And you can see the median for their industry peer is at around 37%. You can see NIO projects at 82%, which is higher than Proterra, but you never know. This is all projections. You never know how it will turn out. And you can see other companies. Again, the gross margin they are saying right now in 2022 it will be 13%, and the plan is to take it to 25%. Once they have 25%, this will be a powerful company. If it comes to 25%, and if the company fires on all its cylinders. Also, from a valuation perspective, Proterra is mentioning that they are actually decently valued, not in comparison to Plug Power, which shows 62x, which is like more like the price to sales ratio, which is very high, but compared to Proterra, it's 6.5x. So the cheapest among these are like Samsung and BYD. BYD is like a big battery producer. So, but Proterra being into different segments, being at this price level looks attractive for me. So valuation wise, Proterra looks kind of decently placed in comparison with its industry peers. Now let's quickly go through the fundamentals of Ideanomics. So valuation wise, it says the Ideanomics is actually undervalued. So this site says it should be valued at 16.5%, $16.5 right now. Future growth is projected very high. It's 40% future growth. This is very high, and 71% earnings growth. And past performance shows results all over the place. So this has to come to some kind of stability before we can start using these metrics to understand the company. Now, financial health wise, as of now, they do have like enough assets and cash above their liabilities. So you can see they almost have a debt-free balance sheet, which is good. And there is no insider selling and buying in the last few months. So, and individual insiders are at 11.3%, which is high, which is good for a company. For Protera or ACTC, we do not have any fundamentals listed because it is yet to be merged. So once the merger completes, we'll be able to see the industry metrics. So now let's finish this video by comparing these two stocks side by side. So IDEX or Ideanomics company is at a share price of 2.94. It is actually down 47% from its 52 high, and its market cap is at $1.2 billion. So I have split this sheet into some of the important points. So for each of this section, I'll be giving 1 point as the maximum point, and we'll see how much each of these companies scores at the end of this process. So when I check about Ideanomics, I was not able to get much information about the leadership team of Ideanomics. So I gave a 0 point for that. Products on road. So Ideanomics have products in Asian market as well as in US market. So that is one good thing, and I have given only 0.5 points for that. It has a headquarters in New York in United States, but I believe its factories are in, it's not in US, and maybe they are planning to build few factories as per news. But as of now, they have factories in China. So I have given a 0.5. And then it's in the booming sector. As we all know, it's in the electric vehicle sector. And again, the company has not much history. So this is a recently started company, or like probably have a history of 1 to 2 years. Because of that, I'm giving only 0.5%. And segment diversification. So I'll explain what this is, and I have given Ideanomics 1 point. So let's see what all are the original segments Ideanomics possesses. So Ideanomics has wave charging. So this is like a wireless charging solution. So not many charging solutions offer wireless as of now. So basically, if for big fleet or big vehicles and trucks, they just have to move along the road, and there is no charging station as such, but the charging itself will happen beneath the road. There are actually few images for that. You can check that in the web. Then they have battery electric commercial vehicles. We have seen transit buses, school buses, etc. They have battery sales. They have tree electric bikes, which we have already seen. They are actually the delivery mopeds. Then they have Solectrac agricultural products. So that's a niche category. And then they have fintech solutions. Again, they have a SaaS or software as a service platform which helps the fleet management. So there are so many segments. Sometimes segment diversification is good, and sometimes it's better to focus on few. So since this is a speculative play for me, I believe if they can implement properly for at least a couple of these segments, or 2 to 3 segments out of this, then this company can succeed well. Okay, now let's come to the next company, which is ACTC or Protera. So Protera share price is at 16.18 right now. It's also down around 48% from its 52 high. The leadership is very good leadership. So I have seen Tesla, Honda, and many of the other renowned company leadership. So that is good. It has original products running on US market and US roads. So that is really good. It has a headquarters in US. It has factories, multiple factories in US. So it has California as well as South Carolina factories. It is in the booming sector. It has a history of around 10 years. So it has products on road with a history of 10 years, which is very, very, very good. And segment diversification, I have given 0.5 because it doesn't have that many segments as IDEX. But sometimes this is a good thing. So its segments are like mainly batteries, electric vehicle drivetrains, charging solutions, commercial electric vehicle solutions. So these are good. And again, it has 10 years of history. It has factories in US. It has products on road. So all these are good things for Protera. Let's also go through some of the news releases which I found for these companies. So Ideanomics, for Ideanomics, you can see on February 23, 2021, Solectrac announced expansion of its tractor reservation campaign. I have also seen Solectrac tractors being sold to people in Hawaii. So at least some products are in the market. This is good. And on April 14, 2021, I see Tree Technologies to supply 200,000 e-motorbikes to Indonesia. So this is like a multi-year deal and a minimum of 10,000 units in 2021. So this is again a good start, and at least this is a global company, and they are actually delivering products in some of the parts of Asia. Now coming to Protera, I believe Protera has a better chance to succeed in US because they already have products in US and they are actually supported well with by some other renowned investors. If you have heard about Chamath, so Chamath is actually a supporter of Protera. In the news, you can see one of the news says University of South Florida rolls out its first zero-emission electric bus. So this is a very good validation. Again, you can see President Biden virtually visits electric bus manufacturer Proterra. So this is good news actually. Another news, it says Cherokee Nation kicks off week of Earth Day events with debut of electric buses. So all these kind of news are actually good for a company like Proterra. Now let's come to the last part where I have my price targets for 12 to 18 months for Ideanomics and Proterra. So Ideanomics is at 2.94 now. I believe it can be at $6 to $7, which basically means it can double from the price right now. But again, not a point. This is a very risky play, and this can happen only if the company continues to prove well and improves in the partnerships as well as implements all the right strategies. And Proterra or ACTC, so ACTC is at $16.18 right now, and I believe it can go to $25 to $30 once the merger completes, and probably in the next 12 to 18 months. So I believe more in ACTC, but the risk with ACTC is like the merger is still in the news, it's not completed. So there is always a small percentage of chance that the merger cannot happen, then all these gains can go down. So please be careful about that. So that is all for today's videos, guys. Thanks for supporting and watching till the end. Please like, share and subscribe, and see if you can share to any friend who can benefit from this. Thank you.